Hey guys, welcome back. Happy New Year. And now we're in 2016. So every time there's a new year, we're starting a brand new podcast. Because that's how life works. I'm here with
Erricane, always rocking. And this is my wonderful co-host,
Troubadour XP. And today we're going to start a new podcast, as previously mentioned. The name of this podcast is SMAS, which stands for...
Suck My Analog Stick.
That's right, Suck My Analog Stick. And if that's a reference you don't get, then maybe you're too young to view this. I'm just kidding. Everyone's welcome. All right, so let's explain what SMAS is. Why are we starting this podcast, Eric?
Well, we're a couple of casual gamers who like to have fun when we play online. And one of the things that the PlayStation and the Xbox One have in common is, of course, the analog stick. I favor PlayStation, he favors Xbox One. We both have the same consoles regardless.
Exactly. So I own the PS4 also, but I do favor the Xbox One. And he has both consoles also, but he favors the PS4. We just wanted to show the internet that fanboys can coexist.
Great minds
Game
do
alike.
not. Oh, okay, fine. Sure. I'll just say do not think exactly the same.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Now, to start off with, I want to talk about a game that I think has been very underrated. I think very few people are not playing it, and I think that needs to change.
Yes. You see, many gamers always go for their reviews towards this little website called IGN. And the game we're talking about is Just Cause 3. Have you played Just Cause 3 yet, Trob?
I have played Just Cause 3. In fact, I played it the day after Christmas. It was a gift.
Same here.
Nice.
You see, what I like about the game is it's kind of like Grand Theft Auto, but you can blow stuff up. And there's just a lot of action. It's kind of like your own little action movie, a B-list movie. You see, though it's not the best game out there, it is tons of fun. I would personally give it at least an 8. What about you, Tro?
I think I give it probably like a 7, 7.5.
7.5?
But not that far away from an 8 though. It's an enjoyable game, to be honest. Here we have some of the things that other critics have negatively talked about this game. For example, one of the negative things was that the game had repetitive liberations. Now, if you haven't played this game, a liberation means you have to go to a particular town and they give you multiple objectives. What would you say, about 8 objectives, 8 to 10?
About 8 to 10.
Yeah, and these objectives, although I do agree that they are the same or very similar objectives in every single town, to me that sounds the same thing that you're doing in Grand Theft Auto game, you know?
Yeah, or Assassin's Creed, which I love, by the way. I love the Assassin's Creed series, but it's always the same thing. Stealth, take down a target. Assassin's Creed Syndicate, every little section of the map, there's a little particular part of the map that you have to overtake, and it's repetitive missions over, whether it's rescuing children or killing a Templar, or, well, you get the idea, you know. And that's the same thing with Just Cause 3. Every section of the map, you have to destroy a statue, maybe cause some mayhem. I forgot what else.
You have to destroy a billboard.
Destroy a billboard.
You have to destroy propaganda. So there's some speakers announcing propaganda from the dictator, and you have to destroy those, as well as take over the police station.
Oh, that's always fun.
But you see, each of the objectives offers something different to do before you liberate the town. I personally don't find the liberations repetitive. I enjoy doing that. It's kind of like the Far Cry 4 game that came out. Did that come out this year? Far Cry 4?
I think it was last year.
So 2 years ago now, because we're in 2016, Far Cry 4 came out, and in Far Cry 4 you have to take these posts and take over them. To me, that's the same formula that Just Cause 3 is doing. You know, those posts get pretty repetitive in Far Cry 4, but it still managed to get a higher score. Another issue that these critics have on Just Cause 3 is the performance bugs. I personally haven't encountered any bugs. Have you?
No, I haven't encountered any bugs. Although, to be fair, I played the game after Christmas. You played the game after Christmas. You guys should probably go out and play this game. It's already after Christmas. Yes.
Yeah.
But this review was back to its launch day, which is December the 3rd of 2015. And they say that there was some performance bugs, which they basically targeted here in their review. But I would say performance bug, yes, it's a little bit glitchy, but I mean every game has its bugs, and I mean particular Fallout always has bugs, you know, or the Elder Scrolls, you know, Bethesda games, RPG games have bugs, but they always have great scores. For Just Cause 3, we believe it was the epic load time that basically caused this game to slip from the score that it was supposed to receive, which was probably a 7.5 or an 8, all the way to a 5.9. Now, if you guys want to look up the review, it is on IGN, and you will notice that the review that they gave Just Cause 3 is not even a review, it's more of a rant on their bugs. I feel like the reviewer did not even give it a chance. They just focused on the negativity.
Now, granted, I understand that a review or us putting a score on the game is just one person's opinion, which is why we're here stepping up, making sure that you hear other people's opinions who have played this game, real gamers. Are you playing it on what console, sir?
I am playing it on the Xbox One because I wanted that Just Cause 2 free download. By the way, Just Cause 2, I think it's a better game. It's a great game. It's underrated.
All right, I guess just to finalize on Just Cause 3, what we did want to mention is that most of the bug performances have been fixed. The epic load times have been reduced. I would not call them epic. I would call them longer than other games, but
slightly above average. Long.
Yeah, but not to the point where you won't enjoy the game. Yes. So if you haven't given this game a chance, go ahead and try it. I personally would give it a 7.5. Ericane would give it an 8.
Yes. But you know what? I want to change my score. Maybe a 7.8. This isn't the Price is Right, is it?
No, this is the Price is Random. How do you feel about the Xbox One having backwards compatibility?
I love it. I really do. I wish... of course, I wish the PlayStation, because I prefer the PlayStation, I wish they had a backwards compatibility. Compatibility, yes. The only thing is, I mean, let's face it, these machines are next gen. We are trying to go forward. But it's always a blast, and it's always fun to replay some of our games that we played growing up. To relive the past, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And I know for a fact that, you know, hopefully, these machines, you know, if they could give us that feature, if PlayStation could give us that feature of backwards compatibility, that would be a huge plus, you know? It just makes owning an Xbox One... That would be a huge
PS Plus.
Yes, PS Plus. Yes, it just makes owning a console so much better because, you know, it gives you that chance to play some of your older games. Now, the only flaw with that is, why would gamers who own consoles that are from last gen buy a new gen when they can play their games still on their older gens?
Because some of these gamers have traded their old consoles to afford the new console.
But what if you're broke?
Well, then what are you doing buying a console to begin with?
Because I'm a broke college student. I need some entertainment. What am I supposed to do with all this money? Go out and...
Well, actually, did you know that the PlayStation does and will have backwards compatibility? Not with the PS3, though.
With PlayStation 2.
With the PlayStation 2 titles.
That was a smart move. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, great game. That's good. I'm looking forward to that. I think it's already available, but I just have so many games to play. I just don't know which games do I want to play. Do I want to play Fallout 4? Do I want to play Just Cause? Do I want to play Black Ops 3?
Do I want to play Fallout 4? Just Cause 3? Tomb Raider 2?
Tomb Raider 2? What do you speak of?
UAP. Well, technically...
Oh, Rise of the
Tomb Raider is a sequel.
Is that the prequel? Is that the prequel? Rise of the Tomb Raider. Is that the prequel?
It sounds like it should be.
It sounds like it should be the prequel. Not. Yes. Have you seen the Game of the Year awards?
Game of the Year awards. Here we go. I have heard several different websites mentioning their Game of the Year, and one is the one that keeps on coming up.
And that is The Witcher 3.
That is The Witcher 3.
And don't get me wrong, I love The Witcher. I have The Witcher 3. It's a great game. I would say compared to Fallout, yes, the atmosphere may be a little bit better. Although I prefer guns, so for me, Fallout 4 is just slightly a little bit better. But The Witcher 3 still remains a great and amazing game. The only thing is this. For The Witcher 3, right, it won Game of the Year.
Okay.
All right? Witcher 3. Picture this. Witcher 3, Game of the Year.
Game of the Year.
Okay? Now, Xbox One, their Game of the Year, is Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Okay.
You know which one came in second place?
Between both consoles?
Between both consoles,
Witcher 3.
Witcher 3.
Okay.
That's Game of the Year. Xbox One only titles. Okay?
So, first place for Xbox One.
What would that be?
You said Tomb Raider.
Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Second place.
Second place.
Fallout 4.
Fallout 4.
Now, Fallout 4 came runner-up in Game of the Year. Okay?
Okay.
You ready for number 3?
What's number 3?
I have no idea, but it's not Black Ops and it's not Halo. I might be wrong. I think it's Metal Gear.
Okay.
All right. You ready for number 4?
Number 4?
The Witcher 3.
The Witcher 3.
Game of the Year came in 4th place. That makes no sense.
But then again, does it have to make sense?
Yes, it does, because this is IGN.
Rated
R for retarded. Now, let's go on to PlayStation.
Okay.
PlayStation's Game of the Year,
Only on the PlayStation.
only on the PlayStation, was Bloodborne.
Bloodborne.
Bloodborne came in, I believe, 4th or 5th place for Game of the Year award.
Okay.
So, please, can anybody tell me why Bloodborne won the PlayStation Game of the Year, and guess who came in runner-up?
Who came in runner-up?
Fallout 4.
Fallout 4.
So, you're telling me that Fallout 4 came in runner-up in PlayStation's Game of the Year, Xbox One's Game of the Year, and overall Game of the Year.
I don't know how that works.
I don't know how that works, because The Witcher got Game of the Year, and it came in, I believe, 3rd place for PlayStation, or 2nd place for PlayStation, and Xbox One put it in its 4th or 5th place. That's like saying, hey, you're the best right now. You're the best in the world. Sadly, in South Texas, you're not even top 3.
Maybe that's what they were thinking. So, which of those games would you call Game of the Year?
Well, as I said, personally, I kind of do enjoy Fallout 4 just slightly a little bit better than The Witcher, okay? Because I prefer guns over swords, right? But overall, I believe they got it right. I mean, The Witcher 3 is a fun game. It's an amazing game. The DLC is amazing. They're going to have a new DLC coming out called Blood and Wine, which is supposed to be about as big as the game itself. I believe I read that wrong. It may be the map, right? But regardless, it has The Witcher 3, yeah. But it has good DLC. The Game of the Year is going to get better. For Fallout 4, I would say it's neck and neck with The Witcher, if not just slightly a little bit behind. But that's just my opinion. Like I said, I do favor guns over swords. So for me personally, I would probably, I don't know, I would probably give it to both of the games. But you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
The Witcher
why
3,
can't there be a tie?
Why can't there be a tie? Yeah,
I agree with you there. For me personally, the Game of the Year would have to go to.
Don't say Halo. Don't say Halo 5. Don't do it.
Hot titles like Fallout 4. No, actually, I did enjoy Halo 5, but I enjoyed the multiplayer, but it's not Game of the Year material for me.
No.
For me, the Game of the Year is Fallout 4, a game that I sit down to play an hour, and I don't even realize it, but 6 hours have gone by, and the sun is rising. That's the Game of the Year for me. I don't even think I've gone past 5 missions on the main campaign, and I'm already like a level 20. Just walking around, collecting stuff, building.
I believe I'm level 22 or 23. I haven't even been to Diamond City yet. I think I've
only
only
been to Diamond City.
No, I've only done 2 main missions, which is getting out of the vault and let me go help out those people over there.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
In games like Fallout 4, where you get the option to play as a male or a female, who do you pick?
I always go male because I'm a male. I go male. I don't know. It's just me. If I was a female, I would select the female character. But I'm a male, so I'm gonna go male. I guess if there was a huge difference, maybe storyline wise, if there was a huge difference, maybe I would beat the game first as a male. Then I'll probably switch to a female character. Yes, that's just what I would do. What about you, Trob?
I usually tend to pick the females, and I guess the reason for that is
the booties. I know. Yes, the booties.
If I'm going to stare at a character for 300 hours, wait, but Fallout 4 is a first-person shooter.
No, actually, no, it's not. You just hit on the PlayStation, you hit the middle button, and it switches to a third-person.
No, the reason why I would pick a female is because when I play almost any game I play that gives me the option to play stealthy, I go with stealthy. So even though it doesn't really matter whether you're a male or a female for stealth characters, I feel like the lighter you are, the easier you can get away with stealth. That's why I tend to gravitate towards female characters.
You know what I noticed? I remember playing Fallout 3, and I once got the Mr. Sandman perk.
I remember
you can kill
perk, yeah.
When people are asleep in the game, you can kill the players and you basically get XP for it. In part 4, I tried it. Thank goodness I saved the game before I got the perk, right? I noticed you don't get XP. You just get the animation. Yeah.
When they're asleep, you don't kill them?
Yeah, so what I did is I got out. I thought it was a bug. Maybe it's a bug. Maybe I'm wrong. I got out and I took another perk.
Have you tried it since?
No.
Yeah.
No, actually my characters, we're going in there guns blazing once they catch me. Because I too like to be stealthy, yes. I too like to be stealthy. But the moment they catch me, all hell's about to break loose.
I found on Fallout 4 a piece of armor that when I crouch, I turn invisible.
Really?
Yes.
I believe that's not Fallout 4. I believe that's called Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain.
No, actually, I did find it in Fallout 4.
All right. What's it called?
I don't know what it's called. I haven't played it. I haven't had time, but I hope to play it tomorrow.
Well, you know what? You're the Fallout expert. Do you think you give the viewers and maybe myself some help? I mean, I know you play Fallout 4 just a little bit more than me. I think you said you were level 27 or
20. No, I'm still like at 20, 21.
21. Oh, about the same.
Yeah, because you played it more. You cut off.
Have you upgraded any of your settlements?
Yeah. Well, what do you mean by upgraded?
You see, I misinterpreted something I read a long time ago, where if you stash all your items in the I believe it was the settlement,
the sanctuary.
Yeah, sanctuary. Basically, I stored all my junk, all the equipment at sanctuary, right?
Okay.
Thinking that all my settlements can have the exact, junk
yeah,
used.
Like a universal.
Like a universal chest.
There you go.
A storage. Yes, I thought it was a universal storage. That's not the case.
Well, it is the case. It's a perk, though.
It's a perk.
Yeah, you have to have a high charisma. You have to have,
yes.
I think, a 3-star charisma.
Okay, I have that.
Okay,
there's no perk
I think
there.
it's 3 or 4, one of those. And then under charisma, there's a perk called local leader.
Okay, I think I know which one you're talking about.
Okay, so you have to unlock that local leader perk, and when you unlock it, you know how you can assign people to go and plant or harvest.
Yes.
Well, in that menu, a new option appears, and it's very small. I mean, you need to really read the menu.
Okay.
It says press RB, I played on the Xbox. Press right bumper to assign a person to a supply line. And then another menu will come out, and then you choose which other settlement to go to.
Okay.
So what I do is I do store everything in Sanctuary. And when I discover a new settlement and then it becomes mine, the first thing I do is I assign one of those guys to go to Sanctuary. And so everyone to me walks to Sanctuary.
Okay. So basically everything's connected to Sanctuary, right?
That's the way I do it.
Okay.
You don't have to do it that way, but I think that's the most efficient way. And once they reach...
What if you connect settlements towards each other? Like, let's say, if you connect Sanctuary to, let's say, I think it's Albany Farm.
Oh.
The farm that's south of Sanctuary.
Oh, I don't think I've been there. Was it the small one? The second one that you visited?
Three people farm.
Well, when you connect one to Sanctuary, it works both ways. Okay. What you have over here, you now have in Sanctuary.
So basically, you can connect it kind of like a line.
Yeah.
Can you do that?
Yeah.
And can all your items be stored?
What I have here, this is Sanctuary.
Yes.
And here's one farm, whatever you want to call it. Here's another farm, whatever you want to call it. Here's another farm, whatever you want to call it.
What is that? Can I see that? What are you drawing? He's drawing a picture of a cat, folks. That's no Sanctuary.
We just discovered this. Fallout 4 has cats. That's how you find all the sanctuaries.
That's funny.
All right.
So, is there anything you would like to talk about with the viewers?
Yeah. What was your most disappointing game of 2015?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Most disappointing game. Oh man. I don't know. You might want to hit pause so that I can think. Because you just throw me a cluster bomb right there.
Let me start while you start
tell
thinking.
us. You tell us. I will think about this. You know what? Intermission. There you go. Intermission.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yes, tell us.
All right. My most disappointing game of 2015 was... You ready for this?
Does it start with the letter O? The O? No?
The O?
Yeah.
No?
No. Okay. Tell us.
O?
Tell us, what's your most disappointing game?
O?
O?
O.
O.
I can't think of a game that starts with letter O. Starts with letter B.
Okay.
Batman.
Get out of here. Batman was a great game.
Batman was very disappointing to me.
How disappointed were you?
No, but I was very disappointed with Batman. I don't know. I really tried pushing through it. I really did want to finish that game. As hard as I...
This is why he's a Superman fan. He basically wears his underwear on the outside.
Yes, I do. Is there anything wrong with that?
On the outside? No, not really. You're free to live your life.
There you go. No, the car mechanics, I just couldn't get... I mean, I did enjoy the car. The controllers are tight. I'm not gonna argue against that. It's just that being forced to use the car often.
Oh, I get it. Yes.
And then when I tried to do the Riddler trophy, some of them required me to race. That seems so un-Riddler-like, you know? But
I understand. Yes, the Riddler race was basically like a death trap. It's a death trap, death race, basically. Now, here's the thing. Yes, I agree with you. It seemed like they did want the players to forcibly use the car. I'm assuming you probably struggle with the tank battles, correct?
No, I didn't struggle. I upgraded my cars. I was able to zoom in. Had the homing missiles.
One thing that I really enjoyed was when I went into the option menu and I basically turned I believe it was the tank toggle off or on. I forgot what it was. Normally I just switched the setting. And all I would do, because I played it for the PlayStation, is I would hit the R1 for the Batmobile to transform to the Bat Tank. And I would not have to hold down the button at all to continue, using the tank. I just hit it once and it transforms and there you go. Blast, blast, blast. And, it was a fun game. I actually enjoyed, the Arkham Knight, Batman and the Arkham Knight. I really enjoyed the game. The only thing is, I felt like the ending should have just been the ending. I mean, I don't know.
I'll go back to
I thought you said it was disappointing.
It was disappointing, but it's a game that I got achievements in.
It was a great game. Have you not seen...
That's a spoiler. You need to say spoilers before you say something like that.
Okay.
But yes, I did see that.
Okay.
But maybe my viewers didn't. Our viewers. Maybe our viewers.
Well, okay, fine. It's a spoiler, but you know what? That happened like in the first hour of the game. It probably happened in the trailers. I'm not saying that it didn't. I'm just saying it could have.
I'll tell you what, though. Batman was the scariest non-scary game I played in 2015.
Well, now that you say that, you know what game I believe was disappointing? And I think... You see, I didn't really play it, but I was kind of looking forward to it. I kind of hoped it was a scary horror survival game. And that was basically The Order. Remember The Order? The one about the knights shooting up werewolves. Think about it.
It
was Gears of War with werewolves.
That came out this past year?
Yeah, it was in January.
But it wasn't really Gears of War.
Well, they had the same mechanics. But
I know, but I played the Order.
So it was a shooter against werewolves. Let me just say, that game was super. Number one, no multiplayer. Okay? No multiplayer. Number two, even though it was beautiful, I feel like I was misled by the game. You see, in the trailers that lead up to its release, the Order was mostly focusing on werewolf attacks and, basically werewolves attacking London. Mm-hmm. That's what I picked up from the game. So when you actually play the game, it's more like a flashback of events for the main character. And the werewolves, they hardly come out. Back to the Order, I do find that disappointing. There was a lot of hype behind the game. There was even a collector's edition for the game. In the end, it was probably fun for those that played it for about a day. There's no real replay value. There is no multiplayer. There was no DLC, at least I'm assuming, it just feels like that game should have been pushed back and maybe tested it, played through, and then think, what can we do different to make it better? Mm-hmm. But that's what I think of the Order. By the way, you said Batman, right?
That was my disappointing game, yeah. Batman. My disappointing.
Okay. And I say the Order.
2015. And you say the Order. Okay.
The Order.
Yeah, okay.
I feel like you kind of want to go back now.
No, well, Batman. I hadn't. I'll tell you what. I finished the Order.
I
didn't finish Batman. To finalize this section or this first podcast, we don't want to make it too long for the viewers. What game do you anticipate to play the most in 2016 that you've heard of?
That's a tough one because I do want to play Uncharted 4. I also do want to play The Division because that's the game that Destiny should have been, but it wasn't. The Division, yeah. So yes, you have Uncharted, you have The Division. I'm gonna go ahead and throw in Gears 4 as well. And believe it or not, I kind of am looking forward to these games, but the main one that I'm looking forward to is Mass Effect Andromeda. But then again, God knows when they're going to release the game. There is no release date. You also have South Park, The Fractured Butthole. Mm-hmm. That's right, I said it. Butthole. But, and then the word hole.
With a W.
With the W. So you have those games. But yeah, I would probably say Mass Effect's the one I'm really looking forward to. Though there's not really much info on it right now. Yeah, what about you, Trob?
The most anticipated game for me would have to be, I would say, Cuphead. Have you ever heard of Cuphead?
Nope, but I feel like you're going to tell me.
I am not. I'm going to leave it dangling. No, I'm just kidding. Cuphead, it's a game that, it's not a AAA title per se, but it's an indie game. Okay. To my knowledge, it's only coming to Xbox One. I don't know if it'll be making its way to PS4. I hope so, because I wouldn't want PS4 players to be deprived of this game. You know how sometimes a cartoony looking like video game comes out, and people say, "Wow, that looks just like a cartoon." Let me quickly show you what Cuphead looks like, and you tell me, what do you think?
I feel like this is what Mickey Mouse on crack must look like.
Yeah, there's been a lot of comparisons to Mickey Mouse.
Oh, yeah. I'm assuming this is actually what Walt Disney had in mind before, he was talked out of it and told to go the nicer route by his investors.
Probably.
Yes. Coming 1936 plus 80 years. Do the math.
80 years in the making.
80 years in the making. Thank goodness for Microsoft. That's only been around for about 40 years.
Yep. All right. Well, that does it, ladies and gentlemen. We have reached the ending of this podcast.
Yes, we have.
I do want you to
Go ahead and like this video. Leave comments down below. Come on, man.
Leave comments down below. Ask us questions for the future. If you want us to answer one of your questions, feel free to ask us questions, and we'll go ahead and answer them to the best of our ability.
And if you're nice, we may even go ahead and give you our gamer tags.
Yes.
So that way you guys can send us messages or comments. Or if you would like for us to talk about certain issues.
I just want to mention one more time, my name is Troubadour XP. You can follow me at Twitter on @Troubadour. Also, you can follow my YouTube channel, Troubadour_XP. And actually, my Twitter is Troubadour_XP as well.
You might want to spell it because Troubadour does come out misspelled.
I'm going to spell it right here. Can you see that? Can you see that?
No, not really.
No?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I
was just mimicking you.
Yeah.
And I'm Erricane. Keep on rocking. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys can follow me to be inserted somewhere in here because I really don't have a Twitter account.
But you will.
Later on. Sometime.
Later on.
In the future. Hopefully.
Maybe
if God wants it.
You need to get it before somebody hears that and says, hey, that's not a bad Twitter account.
That's not a bad Twitter account.
And sell it to the guy.
And then in that case, I'll just change my name.
To Eric Nato.
Eric Nato. I like that. Anything's better than generic.
And we're out. Keep it Trob.